Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the palace. Yes, it is I speaking. The dog, follow me. I know how you guys get down. Makes me sick. I know today it's all about the moves. Hey guys, come check this out. Woo! Woo! That's not how we get down over here. When we're talking about obtaining skill at the highest level, you're gonna want to go beyond. Ooh, I said this is to go further beyond. Lock the fuck in, huh? This here is a YUDAT special. Let's make something happen, huh?
Get your shotting gun. Now I'm going to destroy. I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on, y'all? How y'all living, man? Is everybody good? You should be. The doc is dropping straight heat right now. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just go ahead and adjust mine real quick. Let me just go ahead. Hold on. You still ain't hit the like button yet, my boy. What is you doing? Hold on. Let me get a good quick look at y'all real fast. Is y'all straight, man? Pete, we're headed straight to Beyond the Moves, where the emphasis, just in case you missed it, it's beyond the moves. We're talking about what? 6 rounds here? We're talking about established dancers pushing the narrative, huh? We're talking about established dancers at a high level, showing you what it's all about. Let's take a look here, huh? I don't want to bump the gums too much more. I want to see if the doc can prescribe something for this. This is a format you know the doc does personally, not because of Beyond the Moves, but because it resonates with what the doc is all about. When we're talking about skill, you know the rest. Let's go ahead and get the wind up going. Splack out. You already know how the audio finna be. I just don't understand it, man. It's finna sound all good and crisp right here, but watch this. It's not that bad. Gap? You talking about that good ass? Wait a minute. I see what the fit talking about. But what this round saying? Like K looking at Kuty like he don't know him. I can't hear shit. Going down. Uh-oh. Look like it's time to cook. There we go. Whoa. That's some crazy momentum he got right there. Momentum. Hey. Nice. That was like the strongest whip I think I've ever seen. It's like we listening to some unmastered shit. I feel like I'm listening, like you know how you got like nosy neighbors that listen through the walls and shit? Oh. Well, let's lock in. Wait a minute. I think I seen this in a Kuty choreo already. Woo! Wait a minute. Stay balanced. Stay balanced. Nice. Oh. Let's get a little bit of groove going. You know what, Doc? Shut the fuck up. Let him do whatever he wants to do. Oh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. The classic.
Let's go. Now, first scene at club scene. Post, swing with a tall green. Big thighs, not jeans, big G strings. Strawberry lips, small hips, no green. High confident, no team. Bottom all free street, big smiles green. Ain't married, fucking with a wedding ring. Flash and roll, niggas hot with it bling. Late night space inspection. These directions in the low. Seconds of investments, girl, keep low. So I like to hold my strip show. Nips focus to the rope with your back like oh.
Look, hey, please, brother. I got a whole YouTube following, people watching. You're making me nervous, brother. There we go.
Nobody knows who the fuck focus is except the local kids. They know we on these beats, but not on some vocal shit.
The twins somewhere moving right now. I think they signed a contract anytime this song come on. Oh. I'll talk about it after. Oh, nice. Right, let's build, Kuty, let's build. Come on, beyond the moves. Let's work on something here. Might have to call it beyond the music, beyond the beats or something. Niggas done found a loophole in this bitch. I forgot where the fuck we heard this at. I think Larry battled to this. Maybe this is Larry's SoundCloud or something. This nigga just went straight into some shit. Uh-oh. It's that battle bad round or some shit. Wait a minute. Nice. Go ahead, man. Let it all out, man. Tell them what kind of week you had. Uh-oh. This nigga said. Oh, Lord. Whose baby is that? Whose baby is that? It's not mine. Hey, I know that head anywhere. That's Sam. Yeah, we gonna have to change up the name, brother. Nikhil, I think they got you, man. It's not the moves no more, man. Now they just gonna fucking kill the music. But I feel like I'm seeing a little something that makes me feel like it's Baloo, right? Oh, smooth. This what I feel like I'm getting the highlights. Oh, and it's nasty. It's a throwback, huh? It's a throwback, huh? But only the real know. Talk to him, Kuty. Kuty, please, brother. They got their finger on the YouTube page right now as we speak. They're gonna leave. They might even go as far as hitting the dislike button. I can't tell. It's something about this energy. I have my own speculations and just thoughts about it. Can I stop it? We're gonna have to do a Metals Palace special. I'm gonna call it right there. I don't know. I guess I can start with just the idea that something feels off. Do I know what's going on? Not necessarily. Do I know if K had a bad day? I don't know if something's going on mentally for either of them. Maybe they just fatigued. Maybe they're just not fucking with it. I don't know. I got my perspectives that I initially started to feel as I was going into it. where I pretty much look at Beyond the Moves. And the reason why I speak about it so clearly is because, again, like I said, I do this religiously within my own training based upon how I have people get down here at the Palace. And the idea of the name being the part that has the most emphasis is just, you try to cultivate a round that goes beyond the moves that people usually gravitate towards to have an advantage over an opponent to win a round. And I believe because the ways in which battles have become primary amongst anything dance related for the street dance scene, everything has become revolving around that. And so people have, maybe more than not now, I guess I can't even say more than not, but a lot of emphasis, even amongst the people at the topper levels, have put an emphasis on moves, combinations, and things that make it feel like a lack of building the dance, a lack of building foundations, a lack of building up the substance within a round, the structure of a round. I felt like, for me personally, this might have been respectfully one of the most non-interesting exchanges, specifically because the lack of structure for me never made it feel engaging. So when I'm watching, I'm casually just watching because I have no expectation. I'm just trying to see what they do. I didn't feel like there was ever peaks where the rounds turned into something. We got somewhere. We were digging until we actually hit a spot. You know what I mean? I never found anything within the round to pique interest. The main component within what I felt like elevated around was the idea of beat killing. The round, the structure of it, the movement, the transitions and the continuation to get to certain pockets and develop, I don't feel like any of that was there. I feel like there were structures to me where when they do, like LeKay, I think he had some of the most buildup. In certain sections, maybe when he was doing not something to me that has to be considered a combo of sorts, but it felt like it had no dance element. It felt like it was just stacking movement. Like, I think people have become really good. One, I already talked about the idea of athleticism in their movement, where they just lose the overall groove, the bounce. The flow of movement, though, is continuous. So when they do like leg patterns and leg breakdowns and things of that nature, I feel like I understand the way the moves are flowing together. Do I feel like it's connected to the song in a sense? Not necessarily. Do I feel like there's any groove within it to make it feel as if it's still connected to your overall dance and it's not a broken up part of the round? Most times I don't. I just feel like it's just a combination of things being thrown out. And sometimes I personally just lose a connection within that because I feel like it's just a setup for a highlight. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's a setup within the round itself that has gradually got us here. Because then if that's the case, I don't think I would be thinking about it to a point where I feel like that's the only thing that stands out. If I feel like within the breakdown of the entire round doesn't mesh with that one specific part, then that part to me doesn't have as much value. I recognize it. I objectively see it. I get it. But personally, to me, I don't like to put emphasis on specific moments unless, you got to a point like I specified earlier where, you were still connected to the music. Maybe it was just flat. Maybe you were still getting your grooves in. Maybe you were still finding pockets to expand upon vocabulary within your legs, your arms, waving, footwork patterns, things of that nature. And then you get to a spot that you're just heavily trying to figure out. You're trying to push beyond your limits and figure out like, what else could I do here? And then you play with timing and, you switch up textures while you're there, not just a combination. And I think that's what I usually end up seeing. Once the segment of whatever that combination is, I just see them go through it. There's no real playing around in that area. There's no real figuring something out. And I believe that is what Beyond the Moves caters around. When I've seen people do things here, I mean, I've seen a balance of people, still just doing stuff as if, it's a battle. But I've also seen people really explore You know, this is a time to me where I think you're supposed to come to a space to throw all the material away and just develop your vocabulary, develop in a sense what it is that I guess Beyond the Moves might even be looking to help people develop within their dance. They have a whole program catered around that. If you guys are ever interested, that's a free shout out. That's a free shout out, you know. But in regards to what I think was missing, Lekay and Kuty, I felt like the emphasis, like the thing that I felt like if I was to highlight something would just be breakdowns of the music. But then a drawback to me became for one of the rounds, even with Kuty, it felt like the emphasis of him attacking the beat, even if it was the You Just Lost One track. It was so constructed in a way to break down the patterns that I felt like it also then constricted the flow of the round. I talk about that within popping to give an example where because I emphasized the popping so heavily, just like Kuty was emphasizing those parts in the music, it's like you have time in between where you're allotted to like do specific things, and the shorter the duration or the recognition of like the patterns make it to where it's like the predictability is there. It feels like the rounds are tighter. It feels like he can't even breathe because he's limiting himself in between that time to make sure he's accenting certain parts, which then ultimately kind of cuts off any type of like development really in the round, because it feels like when I was only getting that within the beat, I also didn't feel like I was getting structured development in moves, like in movement, I should say, not necessarily moves. I didn't feel like it started with being able to break down the patterns with just doing footwork and flowing and then developing the footwork by adding layers of complexity to it, or just adding layers in general, you know, to make it just more complex. I just felt it was a little underwhelming. And these are guys that we watch here on the channel. These are guys that, you know, I look at in terms of dance and think they have skill. This is nothing about them. It's nothing about me. You know, I feel like you always got to give these disclaimers now. Who knows who's watching? Who knows how people are taking this stuff? But to me personally, to just be honest, you know, the doc, I got to keep it a buck. I wasn't feeling it. I just was not feeling it, man. The audio levels was subpar. So that's Beyond the Moves on that part to figure that out. But I just feel like the construction of the rounds, it almost made me feel like these guys do not have foundation. And I don't want to have the perspective that they have to dance hip hop, even though I think it made me think that let me start thinking all styles or something, because I just didn't see, I couldn't figure out what are we doing? You know, what are we focused on? What are we developing? What are we figuring out? What are we practicing? What's the lab looking like? What are we trying to solve here? And I still have the question. I feel like I'm gonna always have that question. You know, it's like, where's Waldo? It's like, you know, we're just gonna be playing that game forever. I don't know what the plan of attack here was. I don't believe this solidifies anything as far as not being capable. But when I talked about the Baloo emphasis, again, just seeing Baloo versus Junior YUDAT, you see a clear difference. And to me, that difference has shed light to me within the pockets where I feel like the younger generation still has gaps outside of the moves to fill their dance with, where without those moves, again, I'm not saying that they can't produce, but, you know, we just watched, 4, maybe 5 rounds, and it just felt like it started to put that in question to me. Like the freestyle element, just being able to get busy, just get down, just you know, let's figure something out here. Let's break up isolations, or let's do fixed point. Let's something, you know. I just couldn't. But dynamics, all those things, I feel like they have that. I feel like they have that in tenfold, spades. So yeah, guys, that's where the doc stands on this one. Let me know really what you're thinking, though. I feel like this is still an opportunity, even within the critique, to like still break stuff down and talk. I know people can still have their moments where they appreciate certain aspects of the dance, and by all means, you know, have at it. But this is the part where I definitely would want to be able to hear those opinions, hear those loud thoughts, or hear just ways in which we could still figure out how to get to that next level, you know, how to get to that next level. If the battles are just done with, you know, if it's no longer about the big bang blow ups, the heavy duty spirit bomb throwdown, death defying drops, you know what I'm saying? If the meta changes, if the narrative changes, and we start focusing on, you know, core aspects of dance again, you know, not, again, this is just a general comment, but if we start focusing on that, do some of these elements have as much value in a sense where when I'm looking at it for what it was here, I felt like I got those aspects of the dance with certain combinations and beat kills and repeated aspects of, you know, attack and sound, but it didn't work. And especially didn't work here for me. Not at Beyond the Moves. Not at Beyond the Moves, but maybe, like I said, maybe you got to call it beyond the music or something. I don't know. But let me know your thoughts. You know, I'm just joking and shit, but let me know what you're saying. Hit the like button, huh? Why don't you do it? Hit the like button. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. One more time, hit the like button and subscribe. 2 things. Do one of them. Do both of them, but at least do one of them. And if you haven't subscribed already, just subscribe, you stupid motherfucker. Peace.